spending time outdoors and not on a tanning bed. This morning he wore a blue pinstriped shirt, open at the collar, and a tailored navy suit. The sight of him made her want to stare dreamily, which was so not like her.
"Talking about me again?"
"Lucille and I have to talk about you," she said, trying for the cheeky tone she usually pulled off easily. "We're your assistants."
"True, but that did not sound like work."
She shrugged, unable to stop her speculative thoughts. Was he dating a Hollywood starlet? And when had it happened?
"What was Lucille calling you about?"
he asked, as he reached for his messages and began thumbing through them. "Oh, you know how she is, always thinking there's something exciting going on here in New York," Sheri said, looking down at her computer screen and hoping he'd just go into his office. She couldn't look at him and not tell him the truth.
"Miss Donnelly?"
She said, still not looking up. Her computer screen was infinitely fascinating at this moment. Please let him go away.
"Look at me."
She finally did.
"What did Lucille ask you about?"
"I told you," she said, dropping her gaze to his open collar.
"Why will you not look me in the eye?"
he asked, his accent very pronounced. "Because I don't want to lie to you."
"Then do not lie to me."
She shrugged again. The last thing she wanted to talk about was his personal life. Liar. "It was something she saw in Le Figaro."
"About me and a woman?"
he asked. She nodded. He didn't say anything else, just stared down at her, and she started to feel really self-conscious. What if somehow he could read on her face that she was attracted to him? What if he picked up on that and it made working for him awkward? What if... "You have a conference call with Renee in 15 minutes, and he just sent a lengthy email that you should at least glance at before you talk to him," she said, holding out a copy of the email which she'd printed out for him. For a moment, she didn't think he was going to let her steer the conversation back to business.
"You are right, of course,"
he said, taking the papers. "I highlighted the topics for you and jotted down the information I had on each one."
"Thank you, Miss Donnelly. I don't know what I would do without you."
She flushed at the compliment. "You're welcome." She watched until he walked into his office. She was going to kill Lucille. Not that the other woman could have known that Tristan would arrive while they were talking about him, but still. She reached for the inter-office pouch and opened it. The magazine spilled out. The cover featured Tristan's publicity shot, but inset was another picture. The paparazzi hadn't gotten a very good photo, but he looked very amorous, as did the woman wrapped around him. Sheri traced her finger over the line of his eyebrows, ignoring the headline and just concentrating on Tristan. She was careful never to stare at him at work. That wouldn't be appropriate. But,
"Miss Donnelly?"
"Yes?"
"Put that magazine away."
She blanched and opened her bottom desk drawer, tossing the tabloid in there. "Was there something you wanted?"
"I need the book for the Global Traveler."
"Yes, sir. I think that Maurice has it down the hall," she said, standing and leaving the office before he could say anything else to her. Oh, man. This was so not good. Twice, in less than 10 minutes, he'd caught her slacking on the clock, one of his big no-nos. To be honest, she didn't do a lot of it, but she had a feeling that wasn't going to matter. If she wanted to move up the managerial ladder, perhaps someday become an associate publisher, she'd better not get fired.